by making it about people using people for financial gain. And that was our promise. And so when I gave this speech to this group of network marketing executives, the point that I made was, what makes for a great multi-level marketing product or a peer-to-peer selling product is something that's a box of something that people have such an incredible passion for and belief in, that they would recommend it to friends and family with passion and enthusiasm and try to get them to buy it, regardless of whether there was a comp plan associated with it or not. And that's the kind of thing that you can ask people who are not salespeople, who are not self-starters in business, not CEOs in training, but they're just people that care about a product. And I think we've achieved that with our product, with our Shakeology, this most outrageously compelling formulation that is constantly, there's a battle. You don't even know about the battle that happens in El Segundo at our R&D facility about how to make that better, how to also make sure that the pricing structure doesn't change, because you can always make it better and raise the price. But the price needs to be there. It needs to taste a certain way. It needs to deliver on the promise, and people need to be able to experience something. That in that box, people who give that 30 days believe in it. So that was the test for me of what is a good network marketing product. And so I said to this group of executives, I said, I think that if there's a problem that the network marketing business has in general is people are marketing, there's this box and you've got to buy 10 of them, and then get 10 of your friends to buy that box, and then they'll get their 10 friends to buy that box, and everybody is buying the box, and they're getting their 10 boxes in the garage, and some of them are selling 5 of them, and some of them are selling 2 of them, and some of them just have 10 boxes in their garage, and they use it to hold their treadmill up or whatever, and they've got the box. And then, so they're doing this month after month and month, and at one point, Uncle John says, hey, by the way, what's in that box? And you go, doesn't matter, we're making money, just sell the box. And I never want to be in that business, because I want to be able to say to Uncle John, that thing's going to change your life. And that's where it's got to start. So our job always has to be, we lead with the quality of what's in the box. Now, just to punctuate the story, if you remember Brett Blake, who was our general manager at the time, he came up to me in the hallway, and I felt pretty good, but he was sensitive to the audience that I was talking to, where I told him that their boxes were empty. And he wanted us to look good, he wanted us to look good in front of the industry. And I said, so, how'd it go? And just like him. Or Brett goes, yeah, it's about a 7. You did about a 7 there. I was like, a 7? Really? So now that is the score that Jeff gives me. But did I hit? So I think that's important, because, and I think that now, again, we're going to repeat some of what we talk about, but I think it is important enough to repeat that you get it to your teams. We have had such financial success at the upper echelons of our business, particularly people in this room or people who have earned the right to be in this room, that now it's very easy for us to get enamored and fixated on the new car, the shredded mortgage, the potential vacation home, or paying off the college tuition, all these things that are sort of fundamentals of network marketing, and we can get enamored of them, and then it's very attractive to people who wake up in the morning and they're like, oh my God, I've got so much debt, I don't know how I'm going to put my kids through school, I really would like to own a Maserati, I wonder how I could have that someday, and they have these problems, and they're like, okay, I can do that, I can sell whatever, I see that you're getting a second car, and you're paying cash for it. How can I do that? And you're like, well, you sell what's in this box. You see what's in this box. And before you can even say what's in the box, you're like, I'll sign up. I'll be a distributor for that. And they've never created a belief in what's in the box. It has to start there. So, and that's frankly going to be the theme of this. And I don't want you to wait for us to talk about it tomorrow. Start training your teams in every Facebook post and Instagram post and phone call that you have from now on, to make sure your teams understand that the point of this, the substance of this, is what's special. The substance of this is why it can be a multi-billion-dollar company and a multi-billion-dollar opportunity that people can leave full-time jobs for and have confidence that there's an opportunity there. And I'll show you some graphs tomorrow that prove that what we are doing has never been done in network marketing in North America, and it's so substantial. But you, as leaders, capital L, capital E, capital A, capital D, capital E, capital R, capital F. It's like an 8. Oh, thank you. As leaders, have got to carry that message, and it cannot, the tip of the spear cannot be about their wallet or the points. The tip of the spear has to be about the challenge group, about the Challenge Tracker app, about drinking that shake and experiencing what it's like, and the confidence to say, if you don't get results, you get your money back. That is the substance and the promise of this. And if we don't start with that, if we don't get back to that, because I think we got a little too enamored with how awesome the financial opportunity is, and then we started to create this thing. And what the, I'm doing it all, but anyway, I'm just going to do it. Because what happens is, sorry guys, what happens is, so people get enamored of the financial opportunity, and so they want to be distributors. They're like, oh my God, I want to pay off I want a Corvette. You know, whatever they want. I want to pay off my mortgage. I want to put my kids through college, which is totally fine. But if that's the way they started, without a belief in the product, when they get to the end of that first month and they get the next, is it $15.95 they pay? So they get to that next $15.95, they're like, I didn't even make that much this month. This thing is a bunch of horse crap. Like, I'm not making any money. That's because they have no belief in the box. They've got to believe so much in the box that the money will come, that has to be secondary to the fact that they're going to experience this product with substance, with passion, and be able to share it. I was the other story that I told in Pittsburgh, I was reading a book. We all do our personal development. One of the things I do is personal development about being a CEO, and I'm reading I think it's called Shoe Company. It's Phil Knight's biography, and one of the things he said in there, he started out selling, like one of his first jobs, entrepreneurial jobs, was he got the rights to sell Tiger shoes, a Japanese company, Onitsuka or something like that. So he got the rights to market their shoes on the West Coast. He'd never been a salesman, you know, he was a runner, but he had like 1,000 pairs of shoes, and he would load a bunch in his car and go to a track meet. Not a salesman, not a shoe expert, but he just had passion for this. He would go there and he would sell the shoes out. And he was like, how am I doing this? I'm not a salesman. I was terrible at selling. Yeah, I think at one point he had tried to be a stockbroker or something. And he's like, I was just not good at it. And he realized he loved those shoes so much that nobody could resist his passion. They were like, I don't care if they're socks. I'm going to run in those things. Like and literally, I highlighted it. It was my belief. That's what created the sales. And I was like, man, that is it right there. It doesn't matter what you're selling. If you believe in it strongly enough, you will generate transactions. And that belief comes from using that product. So when we see the Shakeology retention slipping a little bit, or Shakeology starts slipping a little bit, and then we do the research into why that's happening, it's because we're bringing in distributors so that somebody can get to Emerald, so that somebody else can get to Diamond, rather than bringing in customers and making sure they use these products because they want to feel healthy and they want to feel good about themselves. It's such a simple, like if we were playing, you ever watch somebody do Rubik's Cube? And they're like if I do Rubik's Cube, I'm like, I just can't do it. And then you watch somebody who's like, that's what this solution is. We can Rubik's Cube this business and just go, substance. Just get people to use the product and believe in it. Know what Shakeology is about. Know what the boosts are about. Post not just the fact that you're drinking it. It always cracks me up. I have to be critical of Instagram, and I'm sure many of us do it as well. People talk about their passion for coffee with such outrageous, iconic coffee. And then I see them go, and I had my shake today, whatever. So like it's cool that they posted about their shake, but this thing is formulated with love and power and superfoods and adaptogens and protein and fiber, and it's just unbelievable what's in there. And I have my shake. And then, but coffee. It's Monday. Coffee? Like what? Like what? So we need to switch that around. Rubik's Cube it around. Teach your teams. If you want to be elite in this business, I don't care so much about your advancement team volume or your rank. What I care about is that you have built a team that generates customers that come into this, that create belief systems. That's what this weekend is about. That's what this business is about. So the reassurance I can give you is, I promise you, we will get through this year. This is the end of the year. We always know the cycle will be difficult in the last 6 months, but it's been a difficult year, and we always know we have a difficult year in an election/Olympics year, and we have seen our business mature to the extent to the size where it's very difficult for us to manage the message with the same direct input-output, meaning we need you guys to maintain the message and the center of the message as strongly as we used to be able to do when we had 50,000 coaches. When we had 50,000 coaches and 3,000 of them would show up to Summit, man, we could almost have personal conversations with everybody. Now we got to cross our fingers and we do a surge, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't, or Super Saturday, and people get bored, and it sounds repetitive, and they sort of, okay, I get it, and the new product, and that. No. The substance is as important to understand and lead with today as it was when we started this thing 9 years ago. Okay, question number 2. That was